was my birthday. And something is sacred about birthdays. Birthdays is a time when you reflect on the past, reflect on, what you've accomplished over the years, reflect on how you were in childhood, and just being grateful for making another year around the sun or another journey around the sun. There's something sacred about birthdays. It's not just about the candles and the cake, but it's the courage to say that I've changed. And today I'm recording this on my birthday, not just as a celebration of the years past, but as a declaration that I've officially outgrown the life that I built. That's right, I've officially outgrown the life that I live. Welcome to Beyond the Mirror, Beauty RX with Dr. Kenzi. I'm a mother of 5, a physician, a business owner, a woman who's endured and evolved, and today I'm inviting you into the most personal episode I've ever recorded. Now, this past year has been a sacred unraveling. Not loud, not dramatic, just quiet shifts, tiny tugs of truths. I used to build my life around what was expected. Be the good person that everyone expects, be the present mom, be the perfect doctor, be the perfect business owner, be polished, be productive, be pleasing. And for a long time, I did that beautifully until one day I woke up and realized I built a life that looked perfect, seamless, but no longer did it feel like home. That's what this birthday means to me. A sacred moment to say thank you to the old, and I'm ready for the new. So clarity doesn't always arrive with it doesn't arrive loudly, or it doesn't arrive with lightning bolts or thunder or claps. Sometimes it whispers through burnout. Through that feeling in your chest when someone says, "You're doing amazing," and you smile, but you feel like you're disappearing behind it. My clarity came in the exam rooms. My clarity came in the hospital parking lot. My clarity came in the silence after putting my kids to sleep. This is when I'm alone with myself and even my mirror. And I started asking, if I love this so much, why am I so exhausted by the very thing or life that I built? Why is it that I'm successful, but I feel invisible in my own success? At what point did I stop recognizing my reflection? Now, this clarity is what invited me to come home to myself. Sometimes clarity may seem like burnout. I invite you today to honor it. Now, for women like us, rebellion doesn't always look like rage, right? It looks more like reclaiming what is ours. Like getting up one day and say, this isn't what I want. This is what I want, and I'm going to go after it. Reclaiming mornings without guilt. Reclaiming your time without explanation. And reclaiming softness without shame. My rebellion was not loud. It was quiet. It was powerful. I intentionally left rooms that I used to beg to be in. I stopped justifying my boundaries. I stopped performing strength, and I started living it. And in my practice, I started doing the same. No more hustling for approval, No more doing something because it would make somebody happy, even though it puts me in a suboptimal position. No more partnerships that dimmed my vision or partnerships that did nothing for my vision. I leaned back into truth. I leaned back into not sacrificing myself or my finances for something that didn't work. Instead, I made it work on my time. Because sometimes the most radical thing a woman can do is rest. And guess what? You don't owe anyone an explanation for your evolution. Building a new life is intentional. And you get to a point, you evolve to a point where you're like, okay, when I was building my current life, everything looked so good from the outside. You got your vision board and you got to work. You got everything done? Check, 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 check. Career, family, lifestyle. And then you get there and you're like, okay, what's next? Is this it? So, especially when you've had that experience where everything looked great from the outside and the life that you build, and you get there and you start asking, what would it look like to design a life that felt as good as it looked? What would it mean, for example, to build a med spa that wasn't about covering flaws, but about uncovering radiance? That's how I began to reimagine even the treatments that we offer. For example, our hydrofugal facial is more than just hydration. It's a ritual of returning to yourself. Or the Bliss Max body contouring, not because you need to be fixed, but because you're allowed to feel powerful in the skin that you're in. They're not just treatments, they're transitions from performing beauty to embodying it. Intention means I no longer rush into the next thing. I pause, I listen, and I choose. Because rushing into things oftentimes come with regrets. You see, a beautiful life isn't built on performance. It's built on permission. This birthday, I take ownership. Ownership of my time, ownership of my vision, ownership of my healing. I no longer shrink to fit relationships. I no longer whisper my boundaries. I no longer outsource my worth. I've worked too hard, prayed too long, and sacrificed too much to hand my voice to anyone who has not earned it. And if you're listening right now, I want you to ask yourself, what have I tolerated in the name of loyalty? What have I tolerated, or what have I accepted in the name of should? And what would shift if I owned my glow without an apology? This is the year I stopped dimming my light to make others comfortable. So here's my truth, and I'm sharing it with you. I outgrew the life I built, and I'm finally okay with that. I don't need to explain it. I don't need to wrap it in a pretty bow. I just need to honor it, because evolution is allowed. Even when others don't understand it. Even when it looks like success from the outside. Even when it's messy. The truth is, your next level will cost you the last version of yourself. But the view from here is worth every tear, every no, every boundary, every prayer. And if you've been wondering if it's time to let go, this is your sign. You don't need to apologize for the version of you that outgrew your old life. Now, if you're in the season with me, here's your Beauty RX. Start with outer care that connects you back to your inner rhythm. For example, or hydrofusion facial. It's more than just hydration. It's a ritual of returning to yourself. Or Bliss Max contouring, not because you need to be fixed, but because you're allowed to feel powerful in your skin again. These are not just treatments, they're transitions from performing beauty to embodying it. Beauty isn't something you chase, my friends. It's something you remember. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to shine. You're allowed to redefine what radiance means to you. This week, I want you to choose one self-devotion ritual. Book that treatment you've been putting off. Take a walk without your phone. Light a candle and journal, even for 5 minutes. The habit is not about results. It's about reconnection. Remember, you don't owe the world the woman you used to be. And I certainly don't owe the world the woman I used to be. I honor instead the woman that I'm becoming. You're worthy of beauty that reflects your truth, not your past. Now, the truth is, this was a birthday message to myself. But I turned it into a message that I could share with you. And maybe this message is for you too. I'm Dr. Kenzi, and this is Beyond the Mirror. I want to thank you for holding space with me. Leave a review if this spoke to your soul. And as always, glow is not the goal. It's the evidence of alignment. Happy birthday to the woman I'm becoming and to the woman that you're becoming too. I'll see you next time.